just a one-shot book?
I'm pretty sure it's just a one.
Okay. Wow, this looks pretty creepy. What's all this nonsense?
I don't really know. I'm not that far into the book.
What page are you on?
I'm on page 24.
So, what do you know so far?
It's about this girl that meets a ghost,
Okay.
and her father just died, so she asked the ghost to go find her father. And she has to live in an attic by herself. 'Cause
Why?
her stepmother doesn't want her out in the world.
Tell me about the setting. You know, setting can be where it happens and when. Is it nowadays? Long ago?
I think it'd be long ago.
What makes you think that?
Because the way that, like, they described, like, the city,
How?
it was, like, really old shops with antique stuff and stuff.
Oh, okay. So like not computer games and okay. Neat how you figured out the setting from that. You said there was a girl and a ghost are the characters. What's the girl's name?
Lizel,
Oh, Lizel. Okay. Who's Poe?
the ghost.
Okay. And you know, most books have they have characters, which you told me about, and they have a setting, which you told me about. Most stories have a problem, a big issue that they're working on. What would you say the main problem or plot is in this?
Probably that since her dad died, she's really lonely.
So you think the problem is she's lonely. And often in a story, the problem gets solved. Do you think she'll be lonely at the end or something will get fixed?
Yeah.
What do you predict?
I think that her stepmother will finally let her out of the attic, and her stepmother will get married, probably, and then...
Will her stepmother change? Characters are either flat or round. If they're round, they change. They go from bad to good or good to bad. Do you think her stepmother will get nicer?
Yeah.
So you predict the solution might be the stepmother gets nicer. I'm going to put that down, and later your teacher can look back. You predicted that the solution would be stepmother gets nicer, right, and lets her out.
Yeah.
And changes.
Yeah.
Okay. As you read, a good reader is always checking on that, going, oh, do I still think it's going to happen? Or am I starting to think, man, something else is going to happen? It doesn't matter what you predict, as long as you're reading to find out. Can't we only do you right where you're at, darling?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Looking at the girl in the attic window was like looking into Kevin Donald's house, but without the pain. And at that moment, Will vowed that he would never let anything bad happen to the girl in the window. The idea was immediate and deadly serious. He could not let anything bad happen to her. He had some vague idea that it would be terrible for himself. Church bells boomed out suddenly, shattering the silence, and Will jumped. 2 o'clock in the morning already. He had been gone from the alchemist, I don't know how to say that, for more than an hour, and he had yet to complete the task he had been sent to perform.
Okay, stop, I'm lost. Who in the heck's Will?
It's like this boy that saw the girl, and because she sits in her attic windows and draws.
And this is Liesel?
Yeah.
And Will just sees her? Does he live like across the street?
He
or?
lives in the bottom of her apartment, and because her stepmother works with this guy, and that's his son.
Okay, so he's just kind of spying on her right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so tell me exactly what went on there that you haven't already told me.
Well, he like kind of has a crush on her, and so one day he didn't see her in the window, and so he goes and asks his father like where she is, and he like doesn't care, and then he looks out again, and then she's there, and
Okay.
that's all he really does is just look at her through the window.
And it says, at that moment, Will vowed he'd never let anything bad happen to the girl in the window. The idea was immediate and deadly serious. So he kind of feels like his job is to what?
To like make sure nothing bad happens to her, I guess.
Okay, all right. Excellent reading. So what do you predict will happen? Not at the end, you already told me that, but next. So he doesn't see her in the window and he's kind of panicked, right? Or does he see her in the window?
Well, before in the book, it said that he didn't see him when he got word.
What do you think's going to happen next? If you kept reading to me, what do you predict? The next big event will be?
That he'll go up to her room and say hi, because he was talking about saying
Oh, so he was planning on doing that. He hasn't met her yet? Meeting your true love, that's always exciting, isn't it? You don't have one?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, let me do some checking. Okay, tell me this. You make pictures in your mind. When you get to these words like vague and alchemist, do you know what they mean?
Not that much.
Not that much. Okay, I found my goal.
Yep.
I want you to do two things. First of all, and I'm going to write right here, it's going to be about tough words because this book is full of neat words to learn. Okay? Really neat words like vague and alchemist. Now we might have to have some help from the teachers because I'm not right. But we'll do that if we need to. The first thing I do, babe, is I look at the words around it. He had some vague idea that it would be terrible for himself. So the words around it are an idea of some vague idea. What do you think it might mean? Some vague idea.
Some big idea.
You think it's like, oh, let's try that. He had some big idea that it would be terrible for himself. So you think it might be big? And you know what I'm thinking? It could mean little. He had some little idea, like not real clear. Vague means not real clear, like a little idea. Okay? Here's what I would like you to do. Your teacher may back this up or not. You know the little bitty stickies?
Mm-hmm. Got a ton of them.
I want you to pick each night. Not every word you don't know what they mean. If you read a word and you don't understand what it means, and the rest of this paragraph makes sense, you keep going. But if there's some really cool words you'd like to learn, I'd like you to put a little sticky on them to either look up in the dictionary or ask mom or ask a friend or ask dad. And your challenge will be to learn as many words as you can from this book.
Okay.
So, let's try our new trick, though. The first way to do it is look at the words around it. Let's see if the alchemist will work. He'd been gone from the alchemist for more than an hour. It's somewhere he was gone from. Where was he before?
It didn't say.
So that's a tough one. The alchemist. Okay. What do you think? Then down here, go straight to the lady premier. The alchemist had said. Well, where was he before? Oh, look down here, girl. The alchemist made a new potion. Every time the alchemist made a new potion,
There's probably a scientist.
so you've got that in your head. So you would put your sticky there and write scientist and then ask your teacher tomorrow or look it up.
Okay.
And I want you to think about the goal in this really tough book is to see, can I learn like 10 or 20 or maybe even 30 brand new words I never knew?
Okay.
That's your goal as a reader and to enjoy the book.
Okay.
Happy reading. Thank you.
Thank you.
for giving my
Nice job, Sophie.
Should I go back?
I'll come with you real quick.